It's time for Four Continents.
Holy shit!
Let's get into all the storylines that this competition is going to present. Disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Figure skating fan wars. Please check yourself before you wreck thyself. Thank you. With all the crazy recent events going on in the world, there are all kinds of storylines presenting themselves at a figure skating competition. Let's take a look at all the epic battles happening at Four Continents coming up from February 18 to 23.
Round 1, fight!
Canada versus
USA! Hadouken!
This year, Madeline Schizas of Canada has scored as high as 190.94 at Grand Prix Canada. Madeline actually scored over 200 points, I believe around 208, at Canadian Nationals. But for this report, which is super scientific, we're going to disregard national scoring as they are often inflated. Meanwhile, Alyssa Liu of the US scored 197.71 at Golden Spin and won the event. This solidified Alyssa's return to form after a 2-year hiatus from skating. So, who's the winner in this matchup? This round definitely goes to Alyssa Liu for now. She has proven herself to be super consistent, so the only way that Madeline would beat her is if Madeline performs more closely to how she did at Canadian Nationals. Madeline is a wonderful skater, so she can definitely do it. She has really high tech content, and when she's on, she is on. She also changed her long program this year to a butterfly song, and I just think it was a lot better of a choice than her previous long program. So this is an exciting matchup to see. The next skater came out as a bit of a surprise this past fall, winning Warsaw Cup. She was one of the first Canadian women to win an international event in quite a while. This was Catherine Medlin Spence with a total of 181.89 at the Warsaw Cup. Catherine does a triple toe in her short program, but lacks some more difficult combination in the long program. However, she does do some sequences to help rack up those points, and she was also third at Canadian Nationals. Also getting third at her nationals, we have Brady Tennell of the US. Her best score this season so far was 196.61 at Shanghai Trophy earlier in the fall. Brady has had a consistent season, but she's definitely not able to break the 200 mark yet this year. She is getting under rotations on the latter half of her triple toe combination, and she's opting for other things as well. She's doing some sequences in the long program, but she often does also get an under rotation on her double axel triple toe. They're both just really good skaters, and I can see Catherine trying to rise to the top here. Brady Tennell so far, has had the better results than Catherine Medlin Spence, but Catherine is definitely more of an upcoming skater, whereas Brady is, on the latter half of her career. So it'll be definitely interesting to see what happens here. This round winner is... The United States currently has the upper hand. The United States has better men's and women, but they're pretty evenly matched in pairs and ice dance. So currently, the US has the upper hand at Four Continents.
Round 2, fight!
Korea versus
Japan!
I want to start by saying that both countries are amazing just in general, and both of them have really amazing skaters, both present and past. So please just keep in mind this is for entertainment only, and we're just going to compare the skaters between the two countries for Four Continents. In a head-to-head matchup between beautiful skaters Cheon Kim and Wakaba Higuchi from Japan, we have Cheon Kim getting a better score at the fall season at Grand Prix China with 208.47. Wakaba has scored very similarly at Grand Prix France with 206.08. Cheon is Korea's current national champion, whereas Wakaba Higuchi got second place silver at Japan Nationals. This is a very tight race, but the edge goes to Cheon Kim of South Korea. In a matchup between Shihong Lee from Korea and Kao Mura from Japan, Kao definitely has the stronger overall highest score this past fall, getting 278.67 at Grand Prix America. But Shihong is more of an up-and-coming skater, whereas Cao does suffer from inconsistency. He has not had a very consistent season despite trying to work on that. Upper hand goes to... definitely Cao Mura currently. Cao definitely has the higher ceiling than Shihyung, and I just think that, if he does kind of what he can do, he should be able to come out on top here. Our next matchup is between Junhwa Cha from Korea and Kazuki Tomono from Japan. Definitely Junhwa Cha had a very nice score at Universiade recently, getting 264.94. Kazuki Tomono also had a nice score at Grand Prix Finland of 238.41. Both skaters have superior packaging to the rest of the field. They're both very artistic skaters, and keep in mind, Kazuki has scored as high as 273 in the past. Kazuki was 5th at Japanese Nationals, whereas Junhwa Cha is the reigning national Korean champion. The upper edge definitely goes to... Junhwa takes this competition. He's definitely the higher ceiling between the two skaters, and if both of them compete to the best of their abilities, Junhwa would come out on top. Another matchup we'll definitely want to take a look at is Haeun Lee from South Korea versus Mone Chiba from Japan. Haeun is coming back after a brief temporary suspension. It did actually get overturned. If you don't know what happened, you can look more into that. And so it was hard to pull scores for her. She did not compete in the fall season very much at all, except at her national championships. And Mone Chiba has competed quite a bit. Mone's best score this season is 212.58 at Grand Prix Japan. Her, cap is getting right around that 212 to 215 range. I pulled Haeun's scores from last year's Worlds, which is 195.48. However, the Worlds previous to that, she was in the 220 range. So she has a huge ceiling that she could definitely get if Haeun is on. I think the biggest question mark right now is which Haeun are we going to get? Being away from competition for, the whole fall season, especially after going through what she did, it is kind of a question mark how well she's going to perform. I do think that Mone Chiba getting 4th place at Japanese Nationals is going to light a fire under her to perform really well here. Mone is also the reigning 4cc champion, so she's going to want to defend her title here. She's kind of been the curse of the 2nd place finish this season. She got 2nd at Universiade and 2nd at another Kyoto championship where Kaori Sakamoto beat her, so I just think that Mone's going to have a fire lit underneath her, and I expect her to do well. The upper hand in this case goes to definitely Mone Chiba. As the defending champion, I expect her to do very well here, and, she definitely takes this matchup. Japan or Korea, Korea or Japan, Japan or Korea. This round winner goes to...
Japan! Hadouken!
Japan has the slight edge here, but please don't get it twisted. South Korea has some wonderful figure skaters, and if you look at women's and men specifically, you have a lot of skaters who are just as good, if not even better, than the other teams. So there is a case for either country, but in this case, Japan has the slight edge at 4 continents.
Final round. Fight!
Okay, the final storyline we'll go over today is continental, so Asia versus North America. Now, please keep in mind, 4 continents, one of the reasons it exists as I know it, is to give the countries that are obviously not part of Europe or Europeans a chance to compete again before Worlds. So this is going to be a big matchup, and it's not as easy as it looks. Asia has some amazing countries and skaters, as does North America, which is Canada, Mexico, and United States. For this category, we'll go ahead and go discipline by discipline and see which countries are most likely to win it. Okay, let's go ahead and start with women's. So women's skaters from Asia who may be likely to either podium and or win the event. We have Mone Chiba from Japan, Wakaba Higuchi from Japan, Cheon Kim from South Korea, and Haeun Lee from South Korea. So we can see that Team Asia has quite a few skaters who could very easily win or take the event. Okay, on the Team North America side, we don't have quite as many. It's going to be mainly Alyssa Liu. She could sneak onto the podium. I don't really see her winning, so I kind of see her capped at third or silver. And then we have Sarah Everhart. Sarah doesn't really have the difficulty that the other ladies in Team Asia do have, but she is very consistent, so I guess she could be a dark horse for a possible third place finish. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the men. Some strong contenders to win and or podium. We have Tatsuya Suboi from Japan, Junhwa Cha from South Korea, Mikhail Shidorov, I think, has a real shot here from Kazakhstan, and Kao Mura from Japan. In Team North America, we have The Sound of Silence. I really just did not see any skaters from Team Canada or USA who could sneak onto that podium. Yeah, I think it's just kind of slim pickings. They could, we could possibly see like a Roman Sadovsky or a Jimmy Ma sneak in there. But, realistically, the team on the left is really who we're looking to see get onto that podium. It's going to take a light out skate from North America to get on there. Let's go ahead and talk about dance. The contenders to win and or podium from Team Asia. Silence is a deadly thing, my friend. I just don't really see any of the teams that are coming here to be quite strong enough to get onto the podium. Whereas North American skaters who could very easily get on the podium and or win, we have Chalk and Bates, Gillis and Poirier, Lajoie and Lagha from Canada, Carrera and Panamarenko from US, Zingis and Kolesnik from US, and Fabry and Ayer from Canada. So if it's very obvious here that Team North America has a huge upper hand. Chalk and Bates are very heavy hitters, as are Gillis and Poirier. And then the bottom four teams are, very strongly in those second to third place contenders. So it's just going to be a really hard thing for Team Asia to get onto the ice dance podium. Which, guess what, you guys? This means that pairs is the great equalizer here, because so far we have Team Asia leading in men and women, Team North America leading in ice dance. So let's see for pairs. From Team Asia, we have Mura and Kihara. They are former world champions. They are, just consistently do really well. They're going to be one, looking for that top of the podium. And then we have Ganesh and Chigirev, who really made a statement at Skate Canada this past fall, getting 189.65. So they could definitely get onto the podium, probably not looking to win, and they are from Uzbekistan. Now in Team North America, we have some really strong pairs, actually. We have Cam and O'Shea, who are going to be wanting to make a big statement after they had a disappointing nationals. We have Stellato and Deschamps, the reigning world champions, also looking for a win here at this competition. We have new U.S. champions, Efimova and Mitrofanov. We have Laurine and Etier from Canada. And Pereira and Machad from Canada have also had some big scores here. So this is actually quite competitive. Really only Mura and Kihara from Team Asia looking for possible gold medal contenders here. This round winner goes to
Yoga, fire, flame.
Team Asia.
You win.
It's just obvious that Team Asia has the upper hand in every discipline except for ice dance, and I guess maybe pairs if you take out Mura and Kihara, but they're such a strong team that you really can't discount what they may do here. So Team Asia looking very strong heading into 4 continents. This video was all in good fun. Which battle and storylines are you looking forward to seeing? Which battles are not mentioned here? There could even be inter-skater battles. Thank you so much for watching. It's time for 4 continents. This is Kelly Commentates.
Chiba Mong was born in the same Japanese prefecture as 2-time Olympic figure skating champion Hanyu Yuzuru. Chiba called the figure skating legend like a big brother during her early years on the ice in Sendai. Chiba has spent the last 10 weeks benefiting from those moments on the training ice with Hanyu before he left to train in Canada. She won a silver medal at the Japanese Championships in late December before winning the biggest title of her 4 continents career in Shanghai at the beginning of February. I am extremely happy that I was able to give the best performance that I am capable of right now, Chiba said.